wife is now deceased after it's alleged her husband lit fire to the dwelling which she was in and she was locked inside. She did not survive. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV. Let's talk. And we're about to discuss this on the program. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Yet another individual taken out by the hands of their lover. What a situation. We have reported on so much of these stories, and we always try our very best to implore these individuals just in order to find another means and way of settling your differences if you're having problems, whether it's your wife or it's your common law wife. Resorting to violent activities is not the way out. Now we have another situation here in which a wife was set ablaze inside a dwelling by her husband allegedly. She did not survive this ordeal. And we're about now to divulge the details of this right here on Links 007 TV. But before I get into the details of that, I just want to take this opportunity just to have a little talk with you and just to enlighten you as it relates to what's going on around us. Over the past few years, we have seen many relationships which have ended in tragedy, and this is a cause for concern based on what is going on around us. If you're having problems in your relationship and you feel as if you're reaching that breaking point, try to find someone to talk to about it or try to seek some level of counseling. Resorting to the violent acts and taking individuals' life is not the answer. It's not the key in solving your problems, because most of the time you hurt the individual, you'll only end up behind bars, or you'll just be a wanted individual on the run from the police. So resorting to this type of lifestyle or trying to find comfort with it or trying to find comfort with committing violence is not the way out of the problem that you're having. And these situations are just so sad because some of the time these females, they have children, they have families, they have friends which mourn their loss, and sometimes these loss came at a significant damage to their family, and we really need to put a dent in it and also try to find ways and means of resolving this before matters get worse. So the situation I want to talk about, it took place in St. Anne's, Jamaica, and we're about to discuss this on the program right now. Links 007 TV. Well, the house you're looking on screen right now, that's the house that the actual incident took place, in which the female was locked inside and the house set ablaze by her alleged husband. It is also been reported that she perished inside the fire, and I can tell you, I can just imagine what's going through the minds of the residents in that area right now. But this is just a sad and unfortunate situation, and the female that perished in the fire goes by the name Raquel Rattray, and she was just 31 years old. So the St. Anne's police have launched a murder investigation following the death of a woman who was allegedly set ablaze by her husband in civil settlement St. Anne's on Saturday, August the 1st. So during the heightened tension and blaze, 31-year-old Raquel Rattray perished in this massive fire that engulfed the entire building which she shared with her husband. So reports from the St. Anne's Bay police are that around 12 a.m. Rattray had a disagreement with her husband, allegedly over money raised from a shop they opened together. So this was what triggered the argument between the two, as it's been reported that they had a shop nearby the house that they lived, and it is said that they opened the shop together and some money that was raised from the shop could not be accounted for, and this led to some disagreement between the two, which eventually led to the individual, or the male in particular, lighting a fire, which engulfed all, I think it was even the shop as well, and even the house that was set ablaze by this individual, and the wife was inside and could not make her escape, and she perished in that dwelling. So the 31-year-old Raquel Rattray husband is reported to have poured gasoline into the shop, and in a bid to stop him, she went inside, after which it's alleged that the structure was set ablaze and she was locked inside. Resident reportedly heard her calling out for help and called the police and also the fire brigade after hearing screams of help coming from the dwelling. A cooling down operation was conducted at Rattray's residence and the rubble was then searched and her remains were found. She was taken to a hospital where she succumbed to her injuries on Monday, August the 10th. Her husband has since been taken into custody, however, his identity is being withheld pending further investigations. Well, here we have another situation of the love going sour in a matter of no time. And this individual was said to be together for some years now, and the two shared they shop together. So it's been reported, as I said earlier, that they had some disagreement over money raised from the shop, and the shop was actually where they live. We're not sure how much money it was, but it did not really call for what really transpired in the end. So the man now then went to the shop and he was enraged and he had a bottle of gasoline and he poured the gasoline inside the shop and he lit it and he set it ablaze. Now the female in question saw what was transpired and decided that she going to put a stop to it. I don't know what she tried to do. However, during the process of her going inside the shop in order to stop him, he lit the building afire and she was inside during this entire ordeal. Whilst there, the man then locked the door with her inside and set it ablaze and she perished inside that inferno. So this individual was very cool-hearted and her screams for help went unanswered as her screams got louder and louder till they slowly just fade away. Now this situation that took place in Seville, St. Anne's is very sad, in which a 31-year-old Raquel Rattray lost her life just over some disagreement about money raised from a shop. And I can tell you sometimes some people they lose their life over certain situation and it's just so sad. So you're going to take this individual life just over some disagreement over money raised from a shop you shared with your wife and you set the building ablaze with her inside. Can you just imagine that pain that she felt during those last moments of her life? That heat as this building was totally engulfed in flame. And I can't see why she went back inside the building knowing that this individual had poured gasoline right over the structure and then he lit it and closed the door with her inside. Persons said that they heard her screaming for help continuously or uncontrollably, and then it just slowly fade away. They could not help her based on the fact that the building was totally engulfed in flames. And when the police and the fire brigade came to the scene, they get the reality that she was no longer with us. Such a sad situation coming outside of St. Anne's in the community of Seville Settlement in that parish. So the alleged husband has so far been taken into custody as the police carry out their investigation. However, it's believed that charges will be laid against him. We're not sure what charges will be laid against him, but we're looking at a murder charge against him right now, and also for the damage of the property I believe he'll be charged for that as well. But what happened here was uncalled for, and it did not really give him any justice as it relates to what he did. This female had a family, she had friends, she had people who cared about her, and taking her life in such a manner just goes to show you that you have to be careful with the people you get involved with, especially when it comes on to relationship, because some of the times you know that these individuals, they have that anger, they have that temper problem, and you overlooked it. And you have to be cognizant of the fact that what is going on around you, and you can't put yourself in a position where you're putting your life at risk, especially when you're seeing the relationship going downhill. You have to keep that positive frame of mind and think about your life in the end. Look what one simple argument caused. It caused the life of an individual just to go out in the splits of a few minutes based on the fact that they had some disagreement over one simple thing: money. Money is not life. life is more than money. And when you look on the fact that an individual will take another one's life over money, it just goes to show you that our country is in a dire need of some help. And this situation that happened to the 31-year-old Raquel Ratri was just so sad and unfortunate. And as the police carry out their investigation, we're hoping that we don't see any more of this for the rest of the year as domestic violence escalate from time to time, because once you see one happen, you're gonna see like it's a trend developing, and you'll see more and more coming out of different parishes. We're hoping that this is the last one for the year. And to the family and friends of Raquel Ratcher, we here at Links 007 TV just want to take this opportunity to express our condolences to the family and friends of her. I know it's going to be a difficult time for them, and it's going to be a sad time as well, knowing that what transpired could have been avoided. However, what is done, and we just have to just pick up the pieces right now and hope that we can encourage other people who are having relationship problems not to go down this path in which you will end up behind bars and the other individual is taken out. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk, and I'm out for now for this one. Have a blessed and productive day.